Welcome back to Greenwich Valley for episode 6 with me, MrSealyp. Another late night, a fairly early morning, 6:45, bit of a lie-in. Glorious day. Right, things to show you, things to talk about. As you've already seen, did a couple more fertilising contracts. I'm going to pick up bits and bobs like that whenever I can. Anything we can do to make money. Now, am I going to get this right all the time? No. Am I going to try to be as cost effective as possible? Yes. Again, we're going to have to spend money to make money. There's going to be certain bits of equipment we're going to need. We're going to have to get, I think possibly part of the problem the farm has had is certain parts of it were kind of brought up to date, other parts weren't. I don't know what machinery was sold off before I got here, so I don't know how kind of upgraded any of their equipment was before. The harvester's a nice bit of kit and that makes life so much easier. What I have found, I'm concerned that we've got a problem with the 3-point link on the JCB. That may have to go in for repair. I don't really want to have to. We don't want to sell it, because selling it we're not going to make anywhere near as much money as we'll need to buy another tractor. So I'm hoping that can be repaired, because our planter, Cedar, just would not work. It just packed up on us. So we had to buy and replace it. So what we did was sold that. That was a 6 metre, and we got this. The John Deere, I can remember the number, 8350 I think it is, underneath all that dirt. It's 6 metre, it's not too great for going down tight lanes, and it only just about fits through certain gates and stuff, but it's cheap. It was only 6 grand, so we managed to make a little bit of money on selling the other one and buying that instead, which is great. So with those couple of jobs overnight, we find ourselves in not a bad position this morning, but today is all about grass. I've also made a decision regarding that. Again, rightly or wrongly, I'm going for, I say ease of use, only time will tell on this, because we've already got a baler, we don't own any mowers, so I'm going to lease a mower, but I'm not going to go mad on this, because we, finances dictate that we can't really go too mad on it. So I'm going to grab the tractor, grab the baler, take that over to the first of the grass fields, because rather than cut the grass and collect it with a loading wagon and going backwards and forwards to the biogas plant or the BGA, because we've got two options here. If we go into our sat nav, let's do that. That's the point. We need to have a look at the fields in a minute as well. Yeah, we've got Whitney BGA at the top up there, and then down the bottom here we've got the biogas plant. So we've got a couple of options, so whatever's paying out the best. What I'm going to do is make silage bales. We're going to do silage bales. I say ease of use, we could end up, because I'm going to try and manually load. We've got our bale loader. This is our square baler, which we already have, so that's not going to cause us too many problems. Now again, rightly or wrongly, whether you agree or disagree, there are quicker ways, there are faster ways. I mean, let's be honest, I could just go and hire a Crone Big M and, monster around the fields, no problem at all. And with the right connections, I could hook up an auto-load, not an auto-load, I could hook up the baler wrapper, the round baler wrapper, onto the back of that, process done. I could whiz round, cut, bale, wrap, bang, all in one go. Is that how it's done realistically in the real world? 90% of the time? Probably not. Depends on the farm operation, depends on the finances involved, but what is good to see is the soybeans. The soybeans all got planted in all of our fields, and they are all growing, which is exactly what we need. Our other field as well. Lush. Happy with that. So, on to the next job. Like I say, I mean, unfortunately we're in that position now. Well, not unfortunately, it's good because it gives you choice and options, and and it's horses for courses. People will do things in different ways depending on what equipment they've got available, depending on their methodology, depending on the way they they view things, how they've seen it done in the past, how they do it on their particular farm. It depends who you are, where you are, what you do. Oh, I've still got straw in the back of this, haven't I? That's going to be annoying for the first bale. Anyway, not to worry. So we'll head to the pig farm first. I think Rob did get a front loader attached because he was going to clean out. I'm not responsible for feeding the animals today, so if they're a mess or anything, that's not my job today. I'm not. That's down to those guys. Rob and Debbie at the pig and sheep farms are dealing with that. That's not my issue today. Yeah, so we'll head there to the first of the grass fields there. We don't have a grass field over by our farm, or the main farm. Should we call it home farm? I don't know. Home farm? Yeah, we'll call it home farm. So yeah, I don't know. Like I say, there are so many different ways this can be done. You know, single mower, side mower, rear mower, triple mower setup. You know, you can run mower on the front, baler on the back, which is what I'm going to do. You could run mowers, tedders. You could run, you know, all different ways of doing it. So we want grass because we want to wrap it. So I'm going to bale it first. Then I'm going to lease a wrapper. Is that going to work out cheaper than leasing the baler wrapper? Potentially, potentially not. I want to go for square bales because we've got the square baler. Which way should I go? We'll do this one first round here. Let's disconnect that. So I need to go and get the mower first, but yeah, if we look into the store price guides, everything available and at what costs and those kind of things, we need a mower, which is fine. But as far as baling technology goes, the baler wrapper, so lease is 5355, and then you've got an hourly rate of 2,200. Fair enough. The wrapper itself, 2754 with operating hours of 1134. So to be honest with you, if I use my own baler to whiz round and wrap, will work out cheaper. But then that said, I'm going to need a bale trailer. Well, I'd need a bale trailer anyway if I did the round bales and baled and wrapped in one go. There is a new product available on the market. It's one of these, but with different wraps. I think we're going to go with different wrap for the simple reason that if we are going to take our bales to the biogas plant or the BGA, whichever one, we may not be selling them all straight away, straight off the bat. It may be they'll sit for a while, and we don't want our bales getting mixed up with anyone else's that get delivered there. So we may go with a different wrap colour, simply for ease of use and so that no one makes money off of our products. I haven't left myself enough room to get through there, have I? Or have I? Oh, just squeaked through. So, off to the store we go. Let's go and get ourselves a mower. I'm just going to get a front mower. Again, this may be a tedious and slow way of doing it. We may be better off... go this way. We may be better off, or may have been better off, getting a triple mower set up, or, you know, I don't know. Go around and mow first, then go around and bale, then go around and wrap. I'm just going to mow with the baler on the back, and you know, I'll just take my time. I'll plod round. I'll get on with it. I won't put you through the pain of having to watch that if it's something that frustrates you or annoys you. There's no fertilising jobs available this morning. I have checked on the local job page, the local job site. They do pop up. It's like a farmer's, I suppose, like the Farmers Business Network. I suppose when I watch Millennial Farmer, they have the Farmers Business Network that help out with those kind of things. It's kind of like a network type thing. Farmers post on there if they've got jobs and stuff available, things they want to be done, where they can hire farm hands and that kind of stuff. So keep an eye on that every now and again. Best way to be. I'm thinking of maybe having a couple of days off, maybe a day off, I don't know, I haven't decided. I normally have a day off at the weekend, and I posted both days this weekend to put videos up. It's that situation that, because I've been I've been playing this, and some of the stuff I'm doing is time consuming, so some of the stuff you don't see on screen takes a while to do and set up. Like today, the mowing and baling is going to take a little while, then the wrapping will take a little while, so the prep work can take quite a while. I'm doing my snow runner videos as well, and I've been playing on that off camera just for fun, just playing. But like I said before, while you're playing you're thinking, oh, I could record this because what I'm doing is actually interesting, or I've done something wrong, or whatever it might be. I'll record it. So over the weekend I just ended up putting out a couple more snow runner videos on Sunday. I wasn't going to do anything, and I thought, well, you know what, I'm playing anyway, I might as well record. So much to my wife's consternation. That's the right word, isn't it? I think so. So what am I going for? Well, a lot of people have been asking me about mods and what mods I use. Generally speaking, when I'm doing anything, I will show you. I don't always show you, and I should, but I generally will speak about the mods I'm using. If I get a mod, if I get a piece of equipment that's new or it's been updated or changed, I will say, even if I say it within the narrative of like the mechanics for this company have made some adjustments, or that's kind of code for this has had an update. So the SW4014, there is a new version of this with new wrap options, which is this one here. So this could be a risk. We'll leave the rim colour and everything the same. I'm not bothered about that, but the foil colour is what I'm going to change. We're going to go for Fent Nature Green, which is like the MrSealyp green. It always used to be that, and I've said this before, I used to use the Deutz file, really bright and garish when I was a younger man, but I've become a little bit more muted. So we're going to go for that green. I suppose it's more of a grass green. That's the MrSealyp green. So people will know when they're at the biogas plant, if there's a load of bales stacked up, they're ours. So we'll lease that. And that can sit for a little while. We'll come and get that later on. Actually, I can take it out with me. What am I talking about? And the other thing we need is a mower. As far as a mower goes, front mowers are pretty much all the same width, roughly. Got a 3.1. Oh, the disco's 3.6. That might work a bit better. I just don't know if the pickup will be... That might not be a bad idea. That will give us a bit more... Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with the class disco. So we'll lease that. Now, at some point down the line, if we do make a tidy bit of money at any point, we may well invest in some of this gear ourselves, but for the time being, leasing is the best option. One thing I've noticed at the store here, much as the store staff are fantastic guys, and they'll come and collect gear when it's done and when you've leased and borrowed and all that kind of stuff, but collecting from here, they don't put the equipment that far away from the building, so when you need to hook up to stuff, there's not a huge amount of room to get in behind the equipment, I have noticed. Worth pointing out, isn't it? So let's hook up to that, like so, and let's get back over to the pig farm. That'll do. Oh, that's got a lot of movement on the front of it. So I say, this is going to involve a lot of mowing, a lot of baling, a lot of wrapping. You'll see some of all of it, but not all of it, because it's going to take a while. Then I've got to think about how we're going to transport it all and which one we're going to take it to, whichever's got the best price really. What's my best route here? Pig farm, back out this way, isn't it? Right, sit at the pig farm in a minute. We'll do the journey back. Sans camera. That's a horrible corner, that. Or junction. You can't really see back because it's it doubles back on itself. Anyway, yeah. I am slightly worried about the width of this header though. Just thinking. This header, there's the mower. Simply because I'm just hoping it kind of swaths it a little bit. That way the baler will pick it up okay. The turns are always a nightmare when you're running a setup like this. If you've got your baler directly behind the mower, I say directly behind, but behind the tractor, sometimes on the turns it's not so great. So it'll be a case of coming backwards and forwards and fiddling around, and we'll get there. But I need to move that baler, don't I? I'm not sure I'm going to get through here. Right, let's disconnect that for the time being. Let's go and grab this. Just thinking, because this is wider now, isn't it? Can I get past that? I'll just give it a bit of a shove. No. No. We'll give the John Deere a bit of a shove. There we go. Just a little kiss. So, what should happen? Hook ourselves up. Pick up down. Mower on the front. Open it out. Now, this is going to be pretty to start off with, but don't worry, I'm just going to get myself into position. Mower on, mower down. And that sits right heavy on the floor. Baler. Oh, unfold it, of course. On. Pickup is definitely down. Okay, and away we go. First one out is going to be straw, but that's not too much of a problem. We are going to need to get a bale shredder, I think, because I'm pretty sure here at the pig farm, for the bedding, yeah, we are picking up. What I'll do is take a gentle curve out here, so hopefully we'll pick up okay. Like I say, with the triple mower setup, with the swathing on, you can get much more per swath, and you can get around the field fairly quickly, and then you've got to come and then it's kind of, I don't know, it probably is quicker doing that way, but we'll do it this way. Not sure about getting right into the corners though, how tight I can get this, but this is really struggling for power. We are going uphill a little bit. Probably running the mower and just into the hedge a little bit there. Running the mower and the baler at the same time, I guess. So we'll keep a track on how many bales we do. That will give us an idea of how much silage we'll have, obviously, because I'll just multiply whatever it is by 4, and that will give us thousands of litres. So. This is a weird bit of field here, I've noticed. There's no gate. There's no way of getting to it, and the grass doesn't grow either. Off to the left there. Bit peculiar. Wow, we still haven't done a full bale yet. Let's close that. To be honest with you, the class mower, I do like the width of it. Can I get around the back of that? We can try it. I don't know if I get caught up on the bushes or not, but I will endeavour to, like I say, if I miss any bits, actually that pickup's not too bad on those turns, as long as I don't go too tight. Let's get that on full. Still fairly early in the morning, I guess, so the sun hasn't come up properly yet. Let's try and turn that there and see how we go with picking it up. Yeah, it's missed a couple of spots, but nothing too... no. We'll come back and get that. Now we have got a lot of grass fields to do, so we're going back on our first swing round. I can probably get a little bit over closer to the hedge as well. But there we go. Like I say, once the grass is all grown again, and once this is all cut and we've wrapped it and we've moved the bales, I'll get back over here with a fertiliser again, and we'll get these fields fertilised so we get maximum yield off the next cut we do. So what I can do this time is probably go, yeah, look all that stuff in the corner. I'll have to get to that. What we'll do, let's have a quick look. No, not that one, that one. So we've got field 87 that we're on now, here at the pigs. Field 78 has got a crop in it, that's got a soybean in it. But over here, where the sheep farm is, we've got 35, 45, 36 and 27. So we've got a few fields there that we can crack on with. Over by the main farm, There is field 18 here. It's 144 grand. No, it's a lot of money, isn't it? We'll worry about... I don't think buying a new field at the moment is really the best way to go. Finances wise, I think that would be a silly move, but I really need to come and collect all this in the corner. Yeah, this is really slow. I don't know. It is the horsepower, isn't it? That's all it is. The turns are going to be a bit naughty until I can get the a few rounds done, and then we can turn a bit easier at the ends and we can come round it ourselves. Right, down the hill and off we go. So this will continue. I've got quite a bit to do. Then we'll come round, we'll get some wrapping done, and then we'll worry about everything else later. That's probably the best thing I can do. When I say worry, I don't mean like... You know. I will come around and mop up all the bits and bobs. Ah, right. And that is field one, not field one, but the first field pretty much done. Let's lift that, fold it up, turn that off. Eject the full bale. So we've got a partial bale in here, taking off the straw bale that came off at the front, which obviously is no good to us. Well, I say it's no good to us, not for doing what we're doing now, but it is obviously good to us. Good to us, good for us. We have got, how many have we made? Created bales, 17. So we've got 17, that's 16 grass bales off this field. That's not too bad. So what I need to do now is wrap them, and then what I'll do is move the equipment over to the next field. Same process there, and then once I've repeated that process for the next 4 fields, this is going to take some time, a bit longer than I anticipated actually, but it's not a problem. So what we'll do is just put this in the way for the time being. Oops, oh, I'm not having a lot of luck with this. I think it's because the headers are wide. I'm only used to them being like a 3.1, which puts them pretty much the width of most of the tractors, generally speaking. Sometimes a little bit, depends on the, of course, on the size of the tractor, but let's disconnect that. That. I've got the lights on only because, like I say, the sun's not fully up yet, and some of the bits around where the trees are and the hedges, it was difficult to see the grass that I've cut. So what we'll do now is wrap. Now, like I say, you can bale wrap if you can do round bales. If you'd rather do it all loose, cut it all, collect it with a loading wagon, then take it to the biogas plant or your own bunker silo, then compact it and then then cover it. You can do it that way. I've done that a few times on recent farms I've worked on, so I thought this time I would do it this way. Again, like I say, rightly or wrongly. So while that's wrapping, what I can do is then move to the next one. What I am going to do though, I think, oh, that's going to be a bit tricky. It's right up against the hedge. I'll have to give that one a bit of a nudge at some point. So I'll line up on the next one as best I can. Drop that one off. Pick that one up. Oh, look at that. Never thought I'd see it in my lifetime. MrSealyp GreenBale wrap. It's amazing, amazing technology, this stuff. And I've said it before, you know, but wow. Technology involved is mind-boggling. And then once they're all done, it's just a case of just collecting them all. That's the point. Don't have a bale trailer. I mean, we've got the trailer we could convert to a bale trailer. It's only a small one. We've got a lot of bales to collect. Now, as far as collecting them goes, I know we've got the bale collector that does kind of, it will pierce them if you use bale spikes or anything like that. Now, there are bale collectors, bale grabs, and various different things that are designed specifically not to puncture the wrap. And I've always kind of been down that route of, oh, you know, if I'm sticking it into, you know, again, it's not realistic. You know, if you're going to put a silage bale into a biogas plant or a mixer or something like that, the wrap would get mixed. Of course it would. It'd be an absolute mess. That's why the Anderson pack that had the rolls where you could actually, where you can bale, wrap them in those big sausages. I think I did it on Sussex Farms. Then you can unwrap them, so you've then got a silage bale, which is fine. Then you can put bale spikes into it, pierce it, really doesn't matter. But what I did find is that when I was building the man cave, bizarrely enough, I used damp-proof course membrane for waterproofing the roof and stuff, because it's sturdy and it's, you know, they do it in different thicknesses and all different stuff. But what they also had was tape that's designed for joining the edges, like joining tape for that specific thing. But it does say on the wrapper of that tape, and the tape is seriously sticky, that it's designed for silage bales, for fixing holes and stuff in silage bales. And then, would you believe, I watched a little while ago when I was watching Flank Farms, they were talking about that, and the lady on there said that she uses bale spikes on her silage bales, and it's not a done thing, but all she does when she's put them in place, gets a bit of that tape and just tapes over the holes she's made. But yeah, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? You know, you can either buy some cheap tape and just tape over the holes you make with your bale spikes, or buy expensive bale grabs that avoid, you know, I don't know, I suppose it's, hadn't really thought of it like that, but makes sense, doesn't it? Right, just keep going. Anyway, as you can see, there's lovely funky coloured bales. I do have a slight other concern in my mind, and that's based upon a picture that was sent to me and a couple of comments that were left. But we'll get to that later on, potentially. If I do it manually, won't be an issue, it's irrelevant, really doesn't matter. However, if I was thinking of using an auto-load trailer, and when I say auto-load, I don't mean the magic auto-load trailers that just as you drive past they bounce onto the trailer. I'm talking about the kind of, you know, the ones that are mechanically operated. Potentially this bale type is not supported. Now they're square bales, they're wrapped, no different to the other bale, the baler, and no different to the other wrapper, but it could be something to do with the different wrap types. It doesn't like it, potentially. Again, I say I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so there we go. I'm off. I've got loads to do. We'll see. Well, I'll see you later on. We might get a bit of a montage, or as Zach on Millennial Farm says, montage, and you get the lovely bit of music. That's fantastic. He doesn't say it quite like that, but you know what I mean. And we'll see how long it takes me, because I'm reckoning a couple of hours to bale them all, wrap them all. I reckon a couple of hours to do all the rest of the fields I've got. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll be pleasantly surprised. But that's this field almost done, apart from that one that's over by the hedge. We'll have to work out what we're going to do with that. I could go and grab the small massey actually with the front loader bucket and maybe just drag it out of the way. That's probably not a bad idea. I don't really want to drive into the hedge or anything like that. It's a bit, but needs must and all that. So we are now in all hands on deck mode. The JCB was struggling with the mower and the baler. Just too slow, it was taking ages. So Debbie finished her jobs off here at the sheep farm and is running the massey with the mower on the front, which seems to be working out alright. Rob finished with the pigs, brought over the front loader to clear out the trough for the sheep. Did that and now is over there wrapping what I have baled. So we have had a couple of incidents here and there with going through and trying to find better lines for getting to the actual swath for baling, because tight corners aren't so great. I mean, the easiest solution is just to do a shallow curve in a tight corner and leave the corner, just don't touch the grass in it, but we want to get everything we possibly can get out of it. So yeah, it's all going alright. It is going to take a while. We're on field 36, we've got that field there to do. We've got, I'm trying to remember all the numbers. Hang on. Yeah, 35 next to us. We're on 36. 45 is behind us, the other side of the farm just through there. And then 27 is the big one we're going to come up against in a minute. But anyway, just thought I'd kind of point out, so we are all taking on slightly different roles now, but that's not a problem. It just means we should get done quicker, because this was only running at about 5 or 6 miles an hour with the mower and the baler on. I'm just thinking having multiple tasks in hand means I can run this at 12 and just try and keep up with the mowing. The whole situation should work out for the best, maybe. I don't know. Again, the tight turns not so great, but we'll catch up and we'll gather everything up by the end of it. We're going to get a lot of bales off these 4 fields because these are bigger than the one we've already done. But I just thought I'd give you an update. This is where we stand at the moment. Everything is going. Looks like Rob's nipped off for a lunch break or 8:24. Maybe popped off to use the facilities. Who knows? See you later on. I'm sorry, I couldn't take it. I cracked. Oh man. The thought, and looking at the field, you'll see what I mean in a minute, of the task ahead was soul destroying. The mowing is continuing, but look at it. I mean, I can't just go up and down with the baler. I will go insane. So we will make this money back when we sell this silage. What we'll get from the biogas plant, we'll make this money back, no problem at all, on leasing this. This is the Lely Hibiscus 1515, I think it is, Profi. I had to, honestly, just for my own sanity. Look at it. And that's the first one. The other field we did, the starting field, was tiny compared to the ones we've got to do. We're going to get a lot of bales, which is fantastic, but I honestly just couldn't. And the time it will take me to whiz round and just do this, windrow it all up, it's worth every penny of leasing this. Oh, with the best will in the world of the whole kind of, you know. I'll take my time. No, caught the bow. Oh, there we go. I'll take my time, I'll plod round, and you know, and for the first hour that was okay. It's still going to take me ages. It's still going to take me probably hours, but this has to be done. I don't know why I'm even justifying it. I'm doing it regardless. Debbie's doing a cracking job, as you can see. She's had the, you know, that front lifter attacher. She's had one of those fitted to the front, because it's a front. Well, actually, to be fair, you can put it on the back as well. But she had one put on the front, so we attached the mower, no problem at all. Oh, it's just, I can already see that. My stress is melting away. This is going to be so much quicker and easier. Lovely job. Okay, I'm just, well, I say finishing off. I'm on field 27. I finished off what I've cut and windrowed on field 27. The simple reason being that we're already up to quite a few bales. It's not that easy to get to. This one's a bit of a pain, I'll be honest with you. The mower's there, the windrower's there. Field 36 is done. In so much as the bales are all baled, they're all wrapped, good to go. Field 45, which is a bit further over there, is all done, all baled, and the wrapping has just begun on there. Field 35, which is the other side of the farm, haven't even touched that yet. So what I'm thinking is, we'll just check out figures here. At the moment, in this, since I got up this morning, we've done 118 bales. Our total for the farm is up to 136. So we're getting to a point, there's only so many we are able to transport, store, etc, etc, if you know what I mean. So I'm thinking we're going to switch things around. I'm going to wrap everything that I've done already on here, move the equipment, but I'll show you what I mean. We'll cut across the grass, it's fine. And we'll start cutting and baling, cutting windrow and baling field 35 instead, which is right next to the farm. Because I'm just thinking, for the amount of grass we've got, which fogged up a little bit, which then the knock-on effect when we decide to do hay, we've got loads, we've got more than enough. So I'm thinking field 27 is kind of surplus to requirements. Another one of those where the farm overextended, I think. Maybe they had an extra field that, now we could convert it, we could plough it, and we could have it as a crop field, or once we've actually done this little bit of a cut, put it on the market maybe to be sold. Because I'm just thinking the fields that are right by the sheep farm here are easier to get to, easier to work and manage, rather than to come all the way round through, what, 3 sets of gates to this field here. I don't know, to me I just think it kind of makes sense. We're trying to, not only am I trying to help them get out of debt, we're trying to streamline the system, you know, try and streamline what's going on. Field 35 is this one over here. Like I said, we haven't even got to field 35 yet, haven't even touched it. That said, if we do all of field 35 and we're still under the limit of what we're allowed, potentially we can go back to field 27 at least for this session. But yeah, we haven't even done any of that yet. Field 45 is in the process. We've got a lot of bales. I mean, at the moment we're over 100. Times that by 400,000 litres of silage already. First few are done. Wrappers over there. As you can see, this one's all sorted. Now, what I have done, been over to our initial field over at the pig farm. We've given that a bit of a squirt. Now, ideally, all the bales should be taken off the field before this happens. But they are wrapped, so they are kind of protected. It's a mild squirt. What I'm trying to do is get a fertilising state on here to improve yield for the next cut before the grass grows again. Because once the grass starts to grow again, you limit the amount of opportunities you've got for getting some fertiliser on here. So if you'll notice, the ground will go darker now. There you go. Now this will only work on grass fields that are a field, if that makes sense, rather than like field edges. I know I've kind of discussed this before, because sometimes you get on maps a grass field which is literally just a grass field. You can't actually fertilise it. The grass is there, is what it is. Actually, I need to lift it up a little bit so we don't hit the bales. So what I mean is, we're squirting over the wrapper of the bales a little bit. That's not a problem, but I'd rather try and get a fertilising state on this before we get a first growth stage. Then if we get another growth stage, we can get our second fertilising state on here. On all the grass fields, and that will give us maximum yield for when we decide to do hay. The hay is going to be a way off yet. We've got a long way to go. We are at 10:22. This is taking a long time. I said it was going to, and even streamlining it a bit using the windrower and stuff, it's still time consuming. We have found a little workaround with the mower, and it's another one of those. It's a bit of an odd one. There's only one cut height, and with that little Massey that we were using, the mower sits right planted on the floor, and the Massey Ferguson is struggling to push the mower. It's doing it, but it takes a little bit of, it needs to get going a little bit. Because we've got that new front lifter on it that Debbie had installed. I say on this one, I'm using it for spraying at the moment, but when we have the mower on it, if we lift the mower but then turn it on, it's still cutting perfectly well, but we're able to cut at a much faster speed. It's not getting dragged down the ground, so it's a kind of workaround. We're still getting the cut we need, but we've just lifted it up a little bit, and that's all because that front lifter, that's kind of helping that. So what I'm going to do now, I just wanted to show you that that we're doing this, where we're at with the bales. We are going to continue to wrap, we're going to continue to mow, we're going to continue to bale, windrow. Hopefully when I see you again, hopefully field 35 here will be done, field 45 will be wrapped, field 27 that we've got so far will be wrapped, and the fields will have at least had one squirt on the fertiliser. Like I say, when that'll be, I'm not quite sure. I'm just going to plug away. I also don't know when this video will post now, because I said earlier on about taking a day off, and as it's turned out, it may well be today, the day I'm recording this, which is, what day is it today? Tuesday. Because I'm just very conscious of the fact, look at the time, I've been here absolutely ages, and I honestly don't know if I'm going to get it edited or finished edited and posted today. Just the time it's taking to do the jobs. But that was inevitable. I mean, at the end of the day, when I say taking a day off, I don't mean I'm taking a day off. What I mean is I won't post a video today. I'm still filming, I'm still recording, I'm still editing. I just won't post, I don't suppose, but that's me taking a day off. Still playing the game, still doing it. Just means you guys won't necessarily get a video, but there may well be mods. If there are mods, I'll do the mod review, so you may get a video. I don't know, we'll see what happens. So yeah, it's all good. I love this Massey. I just think it looks great, sounds great, brilliant bit of kit. It's working really well with the sprayer as well. Well, pay attention to where you're going with CP rather than ogling at your oh, not your tractor, but the tractor you're driving. Back on field 27. Field 35 is done and baled and wrapped and sprayed, and we weren't quite at the limit of what we could get away with, so I came back over here, we mowed, we went road, we baled, and now we're wrapping. These are the last two bales that I'm going to wrap for a considerable amount of time. It's 12:25. If I'm not wrong, we started about 7:30, didn't we, this morning? And I'm playing in normal time. It's taken me 5 hours. I'm not kidding. Maybe if we didn't start quite at 7:30. I'm trying to think, what time did we go? I'll have to check. When I do the editing, we'll have a look. But about 5 hours. And apologies for the banging. My neighbours decided I was going to build a fence or something. I'm not quite sure. So, yeah. We have managed to do, in the time, let's have a look, created bales, 167. Taking our total bales to 185, we have got 18 already of straw, or 19 is it? Oh no, because the first one of these was straw. So 166 grass, now silage bales. By my calculations, now I'm not doing this in my head, I have already worked this out, 166 times 4,000 is 664,000 litres of silage. That must make me some kind of gangster rapper, surely. That puts me into gangster territory for the amount I've done. I believe the common vernacular at this point would be to say brap brap bruv or something along those lines. That's what all the youngsters are doing these days, isn't it? So there we go, 166 bales, which I've now got a shift. We've got to take them to either the biogas plant or the BGA. Both are paying the same amount. One difference though, actually that's what I was going to check. was, if we look at the actual screen there, we've got biogas plant and barn at the top. Biogas plant's paying 450 for silage, barn's paying 306, but I'm never quite sure if that's loose. The barn, loose or bale, I don't know, but 450. Whitney BGA, which is further down, is also 450, which is great. Now, Whitney BGA and the biogas plant both say they will take digestate too. So the beauty of doing this, when we get rid of all these bales, we'll get a byproduct of digestate. The digestate we can also sell to the biogas plant or the BGA. So we'll get a double whammy on this, hopefully. 664,000 litres at 450. So we're looking at less than 1,000 for 1,000. So half that, we're going to be looking at about 300,000, I reckon. 300 grand. That's a big chunk off what we owe. Or what everyone owes. We are going to be selling this field. I have chatted to the owner and his son, Mick and Stuart, and well, not that Stuart gets much of a say in it, but yes, we are going to be selling field 27. It's not quite necessary at the moment. So what I've got to do now is look at options for transport of all these bales. I can't believe we spent the last 5 hours doing this. Now what I could have done, I could have off screen cheated in some money. I could have then grabbed something bigger or faster and just, but I didn't. I just spent my time, plodded along. If I hadn't have got the windrower, I can't imagine how much longer this would have taken. That's quite a terrifying thought. As you can see, field 27, field 36, field 35 over there, all of them have got silage bales on, and field 45 too. Scary times. So this equipment can all go back. This little Massey has been brilliant doing this. Fantastic bit of kit, and so is the other Massey, to be fair. Doing the mowing and doing the spraying as well. Oh, right, got a bit of tidying up to do. I'm not sure, are we at the end of the episode at this point? I'm going to have a look at time-wise. Let's see if we can fit anything else in. We haven't actually used this yet, but at some point we might. And I did forget as well, we've got some hay pellets in the back of here for feeding the sheep. So when they do need a bit of feeding. That being said as well, with the sheep, wool production is going really well. Got a full one there, and they're working on another one. So yeah, we'll speak to Debbie. We'll be able to shift some wool as well at some point. I think this is all everyone working together now. Nobody wants this to fail. Nobody wants to lose their farms. We're all going to be mucking in. So come back at JCB. And with that, we have come to the end of another episode. The baler is going to need some attention. So's that. They're both going to need cleaning. So, next time on Farmers Do the Stupidest Things, I've got 166 silage bales to shift and sell. Another reason I thought for doing it the way I did was because with the wrap bales, it's immediate payment if I do them at the barn, but probably less money. I'm probably still going to do them biogas and BGA, but I'm also thinking of splitting it, so I do a load to each because it takes a while to process. I could bounce between the two, selling at one, selling at the other, selling at one, selling at the other. It does mean that my digestate is split, but I think both of them do take digestate as well, so potentially that might be a quicker way of getting through what we've got. But anyway, yes, we have come to the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.